Hey everyone, I came across this Mossberg 500A at an auction at a store, and it was a steal of a deal. This old squad car companion, I bought it for under $200. And as you see, it was painted. Well, the story of it is, it went from a state patrol to a local sheriff, and it became his personal gun that he carried in his squad car, the deputy. And then his family, when he moved on, sold it to the gun store or donated it. So I came across it, and as you see, it's painted in non-lethal orange. It became the beanbag rubber bullet gun of the squad car. So I liked it at first because it was kind of nostalgic, short barrel. And after a while, I realized that I didn't want this to be someone's false hope. You know, if someone, I bought this for home defense. And if someone came across me and saw the orange and maybe thought they had a chance or they wanted to press further, I didn't want the orange color to be the excuse why they didn't know better. So I went looking for a new Forend group, and what I found was the TL RACKER STREAMLIGht. Now, I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm just here to tell you why this video hopefully will help you and save you some trouble. At my local gun store, which is the Federal Way Discount Guns in Federal Way, Washington, I found this, and at the time I had been looking for something to change this with, and I didn't like the idea of adding more weight to it. I wanted it to be simple and clean action. I didn't want to be cumbersome with making sure this worked and that worked. I wanted it one piece all, and they had this particular model, and it was orange. That was the only thing I didn't like, was the fact they had the safety orange. But as you see on there, it said Mossberg 500 and 590. This is a Mossberg 500A. So I assumed this would fit my weapon. Well, once I got it apart and I started taking it apart and removed everything, I didn't want to put the spotlight on to say in that color. So I attempted to change the coloring, knowing I've done it before, and I covered up all the essential parts and things that this might affect. But it kind of pretty much came out the way I wanted it to, and a few more touch-ups, and you'll never know it was bright orange. So when I went to put it on my tool here, it seemed to fit and go on just fine, except you'll notice, and it's unloaded, that when it's seated, it was right about here. This nut, this Forend nut, this is the original, is not going to cover that extra inch it needs to seat on the slide action assembly here. Now, what they don't tell you, and nobody's made a video of this that I've seen that brought this up, is that on this particular model, this slide action, let me put it back down if I can get it, so you can see it. This particular action from top to thread, I don't have it long enough, but it's 6 1/4 there. So it's 6 3/4 to right here. And that's what you need for this to be seated at the very top. you need that extra 1.5 inches or extra inch at least. And that is not going to do it. So what I wound up doing was, luckily, Hogue makes an adapter nut, extreme adapter nut, for their Forends. And mind you, just by chance, nobody told me this, nobody mentioned it to me, nobody said anything to me. I happen to just think, well, either I'm going to wind up cutting this because I've already painted it, or I'm going to wind up having to weld some tubing together and try to make it work. Well, they just so happen to have this piece. And for me, now you might find another way. What I did was I kind of jumbled it out a little bit in there because it's kind of tight. But once I got it in there, oh, that's not what I want. Once I got it in there, then I was able to slide it into place and start working the nut. I'm going to have to edit this out. Now, once it's tight, I know it doesn't look as, visually aesthetic as it could, or some of these other professionals. My whole reasoning for doing this video, like I said, isn't to impress anybody, but to save people some trouble. The nut also, either one, there's a tool you can buy. They have them on Amazon, they have them at Hogue, they have them at a few places. It's called a Forend nut adapter removal installation tool. And it's a long tube with 2 set points that go into these 2 slots here that allow you to go down the tube and remove them. I didn't have that. And like I said, I already went through one thing with having to get this extended tube. And this is what it is. So if you're looking for it, here, let's get this out of there. Maybe we can see it better. Really? Okay, anyway, it don't want to come out. So, come on, Zoom. What it says is, Mossberg model 835 4N adapter nut. It's also number 05020 from Hogue. This is a 500A. This is a shorty. And as you see, so now I can get rid of this piece. And we are in business. So, in a nutshell, before you get this thing, buy this piece for your shorty and it doesn't fit, go to the Hogue, get their extreme adapter. It's like 1.5 inches long. I should have measured it when I had the chance. And get the tool if you need it. And what I use is a pair of pliers. I'm going to file that down and paint it and make it look a whole lot nicer when I'm done. But for now, it works. It's a tool, it works. I'm not gonna enter it into a beauty contest. I'm gonna load it and put it in my place and pray that nobody ever comes knocking through my door. That's what I hope, or creeping through my window. That's what I hope. I pray that it gets dust and I never have to use it. But it's ready to do what it's supposed to do for me. So with that note, get your light. I like the light. It's 1,000. It's super bright. I don't know if you can see that, but it's bright. And now I have it fitting on my 6 3/4 slide instead of the 7 3/4 slide that this is actually meant for. So there you go. Please, if you have any comments, feel free. I'm not a professional. I don't sell anything. I'm just someone who learned something and wanted to share it. Take care.